Hey all, Ryan here. Little quick update. So whilst I'm still trying to work out the spacing on the rear wheel, one of the comments that I helpfully received was that actually I need spacers. I need to make them up to a yet unknown but a bespoke width. And someone pointed out to me that I've probably got spare spacers in my other wheels. So this is the reverse Comstar wheel that I've got spare, and I think there's actually a spacer between the bearings. So I'm going to try and get that out, which may be difficult. Have a look at it, see whether that's going to help me. So just a little tip. Let's see how I get on, and that may help me. So fingers crossed. Okay, well, using a variety of large sockets, lump hammers, etc., I managed to get one bearing out, which actually still seems in remarkably good condition. So that's surprising I didn't damage that. Not that I'm intending to reuse it, but either way. And then that's one side, and then I took this out, which is not what I was anticipating. Surely that's not meant to be attached to that. I'll try separating them in a minute. But that, as raw material for spacer, looks pretty damn good to me. So yeah, right, let's try and get this separated, because I'm sure that's not meant to be connected. Although maybe I'm wrong, maybe it is. Either way, that could be useful. Yeah, a little bit of persuasion later. 3 components: a larger bearing, a smaller bearing, and this rod. And that looks to me like that could be perfect donor material for my spacer. So right, not going to cut it up yet, might just clean it up, but that could be useful. So thank you for that top tip, really helpful, thanks very much. So I'm just now trying to work out if I can use that spacer, taking the axle out, and that is perfect. So that is a wonderful tight, I can demonstrate that, fit on the axle, no movement, absolutely spot on. So that definitely could be cut up and used as my spacers that I need. Okay, so I'm continuing to just experiment, and I did not cut the spacer I gleaned from the wheel, but I did find a bit of old tubing that I have, as a test, cut to 40mm and just use it as a temporary spacer in there. So with a 40mm spacer in place, and if I try and line the camera up best I can, and if I take my straight edge, or straight-ish, it's not perfect I know, but it was all I could find in the local shops. So I will line that up with the outside of the front sprocket, and that is now resting on the front sprocket, and that is bloody close to lining up with the rear. I'm probably, in fairness, I'm probably still about 2mm out, so I probably should shave about 2mm off, take it down to about 38, but that is pretty damn close. So if I do shave that down to about 38mm, I think that will just move the sprockets in line. The wheel is clearly free spinning, so that's good. So let me take a couple of mil off that spacer and try the alignment again. But that's the alignment of the sprocket. It does not address the alignment of the tyre itself, which, as you can clearly see, is nowhere near the centre of the frame nor the swinging arm. So all I'm trying to work out at the moment is, if I get the spacer right to line the sprocket up, how far over does the wheel need to be relaced? And at the moment it looks like quite a distance. And I haven't had a conversation with the guy who's done this before, but I'm trying to learn and understand it myself, and then I'll have a conversation to verify it. Okay, let me just take a couple of mil off that spacer and try again. Okay, so I took that spacer down a couple of mil, That's about 38. And now that is in alignment. Those two sprockets, the front sprocket is now in alignment with the rear sprocket. So I'm happy with that. I haven't done anything with the spacers on this side. There's a little gap and the brake is just sat in place. So there's something I need to do there. But the wheel is there. I'll try and hold you central. Yeah. So I now need to measure how much to the left that wheel needs to move, and that's the offset. Then I'll talk to people and find out if that's possible. Okay, I think that's about as accurate as I'm capable of measuring or mocking up. No doubt some of you will have suggestions of what I still haven't done yet, but please be patient with me. I'm learning, I'm trying, I'm experimenting, and that gives me an idea of my challenge. Okay, right. That's all for now. But thank you very much, folks.